The Woodfield Chicago Northwest Convention Bureau exists to attract tourism to Schaumburg and the surrounding communities. With me now to talk about the Bureau as well as their upcoming Chefs Fest are the organization's president, Fran Bolson, and its director of membership and community outreach, Dave Perullo. Welcome to Speaking of Schaumburg.
Thank you, Mayor.
Well, Fran, what is your job with the Convention and Visitors Bureau?
Well, I am the president of the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and really what we do is our job is to attract visitors to the area. We're very fortunate, and I think throughout the shows we might have even shown some of the venues, but to have a wonderful selection of lodging, attractions, and dining in the area. So it's very good for the community to attract the visitors, and it's good for the local economy.
Dave, how about your role?
I'm the Director of Membership and Community Outreach, so it's the longest title in the world. My job is to reach out to hospitality-based organizations like restaurants, hotels, attractions, and explain what the benefits of being part of the Convention and Visitor Bureau is. What's very also important is I reach out and keep in contact with our members to keep a line of communication going, and also to help our hospitality partners network amongst each other so that they can come up with new and interesting ways to partner together. And then I get to be a little bit of the face of the Bureau in the evening. I'm the guy at all the after hours, and so it's really a lot of fun.
What's a profile of the membership? You know, typically, who's actually members of the Bureau?
Well, first and foremost, the hotels. We have, let's see, in our area there are close to 60 hotels, close to 9,000 hotel rooms that are available daily. Within Schaumburg, there's 25 hotels and about 4,200 hotel rooms. So we work with the hotels. Actually, if you look at two large segments of our business, one is group sales and the convention business, going out and attracting groups into the area. And the other side is we act as a marketing agency for our partners and for those members. So again, the hotels, the attractions, restaurants, sporting venues, and then we have service menus. So it's all across the board, but basically the types of businesses that benefit from serving the visitor to the area.
How long has the Bureau been around?
25 years. It was founded in 1983.
Wow. How many members did you start with? Well,
you know what? I don't know. Actually, I'm not quite sure how many members, but I was looking at how many hotels. And so basically you had the Hyatt, in Schaumburg, the Hyatt, the Marriott, the Embassy Suites, and I believe it was the Jury Inn. So in 1983, there's probably somewhere around 1,200 rooms. Right now we have 4,200 rooms and 25 hotels. Then it was probably about 4 hotels and about 1,200 rooms.
Now you mentioned outreach, Dave. You know, what does outreach consist of? You're showing up at meetings.
Certainly, yeah.
You're going after hours with some of these people.
Going after hours.
Conviviality going on.
It's really fun. It's you go out there and you really chat up people. I think it's real important to go out and to stop in and visit with our members, stop and actually see the new restaurants, the restaurants we currently have, and understand the new products that they're bringing along and how they're changing things. And also, I think it's very important that I meet as many people as possible in the community, because I like to be a real tool. So as, for instance, as a restaurant partner comes back and says, you know, I'd really like to meet someone over at the Marriott Hotel, or someone in the village I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with. I have a problem that I'd like to get taken care of. Can you tell me and help me do that? And it's really a lot of fun to be able to help people, and that's the best part of my job.
How many staff members do you have?
We have 14.
14? Mm-hmm. And how do you divide responsibility among?
Actually, and as a sales and marketing organization, really about 2 years ago, we really looked and redesigned the Bureau and refocused the Bureau to the sales side. So 1/2 of our staff is in the direct sales. And then we have Dave, who works on the membership side and the community outreach, and then our marketing and e-marketing side. So it's really, we really don't have what I call, I'm probably the head bottle washer in terms of on the operating side, but the rest of the staff is really on the front line as it relates to whether it be the members or as it relates to the visitor.
How important are meeting planners to this process?
Oh, it's very key. They're our key client. So we have, and our sales staff talks to, as we're speaking.
And tell me what a meeting planner is. So
really, well, let's say, for example, a meeting planner plans meetings. But let's say, for example, we're talking about a large event that we are trying to attract to the convention center. That meeting planner is really the liaison in many cases. In some cases, they could be working directly with that organization, and there's a lot of independent meeting planners. But again, they're that liaison between the destination and the property and that particular organization that wants to hold an event. So they work on the booking before the event, and then once that event is in-house, they're also that liaison in terms of making that event succeed. So they work in partnership with the hotel, with the venue, to have that event as good as it can possibly be.
Now, what are the selling points you use to sell the Bureau to people who want to locate someplace for their event? What are the...
Well, there are things to do and see, obviously.
Right.
Attractions, I would imagine.
Attractions are
baseball
huge.
Stadium,
Absolutely.
medieval times.
The things that, if we're talking about meeting planners or different groups, we're here to fulfill their needs. So they are usually focusing in that we have adequate and great spaces for meetings and conferences, that we have things for their attendees to do, and dining is huge, especially in Schaumburg. Things to do that are interesting, such as shopping, entertainment in the evening. You mentioned the Flyers, for instance. Medieval Times is a great draw. Legoland is a beautiful draw that attracts especially families on the weekends. So it's us being able to present and tell a story of things to do and see, and why you should come and have your meeting here, or actually your family reunion.
Where does your funding come from?
Okay, our funding, basically what we do is we have our community partnerships, and one of course is with Schaumburg, and we have 6 other communities with hotels that we partner. So we work on our partnership, the reinvestment of that local hotel motel tax, and then what we do, we secure our what we call our local funding, and we go and more than match those dollars then with the tourism dollars with the state of Illinois. And then with events such as, well, we have membership dollars, and then Chef's Fest.
I understand you have something called Smurfs.
Smurfs.
Is that true?
And they're not little blue men.
Yeah. What's a Smurf?
Well,
Tell us what a Smurf is.
Back to your question on meeting planners, really what we cover the market somewhat parallel to the way hotels cover.
Okay.
Hotels then sell, we always feel that it's a combination of destination and brand. So a hotel, they are selling the facility, the brand, and the destination. However, we focus on that. And so our staff, in terms of the markets that we cover, we may cover large associations, corporate, and SMERF, which is social, military, education, religious, and fraternal.
Okay, so it's not just a joke when someone says,
yeah, absolutely. No.
Tell me about Chef's Fest here. You've got this great event coming up, right?
Well, now I get excited.
Yeah,
all right. Well, in 35 seconds or less, tell us about Chef's Fest.
Chef's Fest is our premier restaurant event that we held each year for 17 years. It'll be Tuesday, May 11th at Arlington Park, where we're expecting 70 restaurants and about 2,500 attendees.
How much are tickets?
Tickets are $35 at the door. However, if you buy them in advance, they're $30. Or if you have a group of 10 or more and buy them in advance, they're $25.
How many years have you had Chef's Fest?
17 years.
17 years. That's one of your major fundraisers, right?
Absolutely. It is our major
How many people
fundraiser.
come out for this?
We expect 2,500 attendees.
Okay, that's great.
There's nothing like it in the area.
Well, Fran, Dave, thanks for a very interesting discussion. But now I know what a Smurf is.
Thank you, Mayor.
Every year, the Village of Schaumburg honors some very special people with a very special ceremony. We'll talk about it next, here on Speaking of Schaumburg.